In a single year, Rome had 4 emperors. 3 of them died violently: Galba, Otho, Vitellius, Vespasian. The empire that Augustus had built tore itself apart in 12 months of civil war. This is how Rome almost ended, and how it survived. The year 69 AD. For 14 years Rome had belonged to Nero. He sang on stage, murdered his own mother, watched half of Rome burn. The Senate hated him. The legions resented him. The provinces were starving under his taxes. And in March of 68 AD, rebellion began. The governor of Hispania declared open rebellion. His name was Servius Sulpicius Galba, 71 years old, a career soldier from one of Rome's oldest families. When Nero heard, he panicked. The Senate declared him a public enemy. His own Praetorian Guard abandoned him. He fled to a freedman's villa outside the city. On June 9th, he stabbed himself. His last words: "What an artist dies in me." The dynasty of Julius Caesar and Augustus was over. Rome had no emperor, no plan, and every general with an army began to ask the same question: why not me? Galba was the first to act. His legions in Hispania saluted him as emperor. He entered Rome to cautious cheers. The people didn't love him, but anyone was better than Nero. Galba was a strict, old-fashioned Roman, but when he opened Nero's treasury, he found it was empty. The Praetorian Guard had been promised a bonus. Galba refused. He said, "I select my soldiers. I do not buy them." It was a fatal mistake. Angry guards in barracks, hands on sword hilts. Within weeks, Rome was tired of him. The legions in Germany refused loyalty. From the Rhine, the news came back: mutiny. Standing closest to him was Otho, Marcus Salvius Otho, 37, a former close friend of Nero. When Galba rose, Otho supported him, thinking he would be the heir. But Galba adopted a different man. Otho made a decision. He bribed the Praetorian Guard. On January 15th, they acclaimed him emperor. Galba was carried into the Forum to address the crowd. He didn't make it. Praetorian cavalry caught him and stabbed him to death. His head was paraded through Rome on a spear. Otho was emperor, but the legions on the Rhine had named their own emperor, Aulus Vitellius. Vitellius was a glutton, but his generals were brilliant. He ordered his army to march on Rome, April 14th, 69 AD, near Bedriacum. 2 Roman armies were about to meet on Roman soil. Otho ordered an attack. The 2 armies met in confusion. Roman against Roman. It was a slaughter. Otho's army was broken. He refused to spill more blood. At dawn he stabbed himself in the heart. Vitellius was now emperor. He took his time getting to Rome, feasting at every village along the way. He spent the imperial treasury on rare foods. He ate 4 meals a day. Meanwhile, the people were starving. But the legions in the east had not sworn loyalty. Their commander was Titus Flavius Vespasianus. Vespasian had served Rome for 40 years. He lived simply, slept in a soldier's tent, ate with his men. On July 1st, the legions declared him emperor. Almost the entire empire was now against Vitellius. October 24th, the armies met again at Bedriacum. The battle lasted all night. Savage fight in the dark. By dawn, the Vitellian army was destroyed. Antonius Primus followed the survivors toward Rome. Vitellius tried to abdicate. Street fighting broke out. The temple of Jupiter on the Capitoline Hill burned. Vitellius hid in a closet in dirty clothes. He was found. dragged through the forum with a rope. They killed him and threw his body into the Tiber. 3 emperors, 3 violent deaths in a single year. Vespasian restored the treasury, rebuilt Rome. He began construction of a new amphitheater, the Colosseum. He founded the Flavian dynasty. When he died 10 years later of old age, the empire was stable. Today you can still find coins minted by all 4 men, each one struck during their few months of glory. Subscribe for more Roman history. Next time, the strangest emperor who ever wore the purple. See you then.